We're live. No intro. I should have rolled out the music. Whatever. We can still do it.
Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Yes. Here we go. Tournament time has arrived.
Yes.
Here we go. See, I'm not internationally known, but I'm known to rock the microphone. Because I get stupid, I mean outrageous. Stay awake from me if you're contagious. You know, little Rob Bass, DJ Easy Rock there. Eric, how are you today? Thank you. Thanks for coming in. Timro, what do you think?
I'm thinking we have a pretty fun bracket coming up.
We did the show with Craig, and that Gonzaga bracket, I mean, that is just utterly
insulting
to Gonzaga. Oh, yeah. That is just insanely insulting. And then the Kansas bracket, I'm shocked Duke isn't the one seed in that bracket, the way that freaking cupcake bracket comes up. That's the bracket that, I mean, let's be honest, it's probably Kansas or Auburn. But where is the every other thing that you could make arguments for teams upsetting the one seed? Like, okay, Gonzaga upsetting one seed is whatever. It's rarely happens. I get it. But I mean, like, you could look at those and be like, all right, I can see a team winning here, right? Other than, let's start in that crappy Midwest bracket. What do you got? What do you think?
Midwest?
Kansas are 1, Auburn 2. I mean, I think Auburn's going to run through this thing. Hopefully they can play good.
I have Kansas and Wisconsin. I'm just not – I wasn't overly thrilled with Auburn. I know I'm not overly thrilled with Wisconsin either, but I think that's just going to be – that's just Wisconsin's for the that's just Kansas's bracket side for the taking. I really don't see anybody stopping them in that one.
Right, seriously, look at it.
And I will say Kansas is the only one seed I have making it through the Final Four.
Really?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, well, let's start there. So who do you got knocking out Arizona?
Tennessee.
All right. You think Tennessee gets them again? A little, Arizona playing with revenge from their earlier matchup.
Yeah. I just feel like Tennessee I feel like Tennessee should have been a 2 seed. I feel like Tennessee should have been a 2. I feel like Nova had a shot for a 1. I feel like Duke should have been a 3. I don't think Baylor should be a 1. I think they should be a 2. I think Kentucky has a better argument for a 1.
Yeah.
I think when me and Nick went and looked through this, we said Gonzaga, Zona, before the bracket came out. Gonzaga, Zona, Kansas, and Nova were our top 4. So I don't think Baylor should be a 1 seed at all. No.
Do they get the benefit of that because they're reigning champs? I mean, how does Nova get a 1 seed? They won their tournament. Baylor's, are they? Baylor's a good team. We can't.
They're a good team. They're not a 1 seed this year. They're not a 1 seed.
And again, your top 1-2s all over the place. I think your weakest 2's got to be Duke. I think Duke and Baylor out of those top 8 are probably the 2 weakest.
And I have both of them going out the earliest.
I don't know if you saw the show today where I did Midday Money. Tennessee beat Arizona, beat Kentucky and Auburn. 3-1 versus those 2, and throw that in 4-1 versus Arizona, Kentucky, and Auburn. And
they're the SEC champions.
And they're behind them all.
Yeah, and they won the SEC. Yeah. Granted, they played Texas A&M, who they got gypped. Texas A&M didn't make it. I'm surprised Texas A&M is in there instead of Michigan.
I mean,
honestly,
and not only that, Michigan is in rock solid 11, and Indiana, who beat them head to head, is sitting in the play-in.
I will say we do have Michigan winning.
I don't mind. Part of me, believe it or not, though, where I see like Texas Southern and A&M and Bryan and Wright State in these playing games, I think they should be in. Like, they should not be in a playing game. They should be at. I don't know how you'd move things around to make it fair, but you should have your Michigans out here. Who else is maybe a questionable kind of pick? Like those kind of late additions, I think should be in the playing games. Like, okay, it's like San Fran's a 10 seed. You know what? Okay, someone's give me Wright State as a 10 seed. They're a decent defensive team. They're supposed to win their county. I'll take Wright State over San Fran. Like, give these teams that win a benefit over a doubt over, or maybe not Wright State, but like a Texas. You know, these teams win their championship games.
Yeah, but they're not in a good conference. You could definitely see the lack of teams that are in their conference in order for them to make it. So no, I understand.
But
we like San Fran.
When we talk about like the SWAC and these little Texas Southern A&M conferences, I get it. But you know what? Come on, San Fran, they get a benefit of the doubt, but Liberty doesn't. You know, like
Nope.
It's funny that we don't give any respect to these, like your Wolfords or Liberty or any. You can go run down any of these kind of small mid majors, right? But yet none of these teams will book them, right? It's like college football. Oh, you can't take Cincinnati. Oh, you can't take you can't take one of these teams. They can't make the playoffs, but yet nobody wants to go play Boise, right, or whoever. Let's just inject any kind of mid major like Wichita State. Nobody wants to play Wichita State. Right now, we're not playing those kind of teams.
No.
But yet, let's put in your 18 and 12 team. 18. I mean, come on. Why do we need 9 teams? I don't. No.
Some of them just don't make sense to me. Michigan doesn't deserve to be in there. Texas A&M should be in their spot.
Or at least give me Michigan in the playing game for somebody. I mean,
that would be okay.
Notre Dame, I think's resume is a little better than Michigan's, and I'm not a big Notre Dame backer there.
I know. I would be on Notre Dame. I think Notre Dame, honestly, I have the winner of that Rutgers Notre Dame game beating Bama for my bracket.
They're definitely high on the Big Ten. As a Jersey guy, I'm glad Rutgers is there. Good for Rutgers.
I think Notre Dame beats them, but yeah. Notre Dame was a good team. They finished second in the ACC.
Yeah. I thought Rutgers was like I didn't realize they were like ranked 70 in like the net and the KenPom and those kind of numbers. I think they're like a top 50 team but playing out numbers say they aren't, but they go, you win on the road. I think that weighs a lot, although they lose at home sometimes, but maybe because they got the kid Harper Jr. as a guy who could carry them, break through. They get a benefit of that. I mean, Rutgers, Indiana, Michigan. I mean, come on. These are all, Sparty makes it as a 7. Ohio State is a 7. Iowa State.
I have both Sparty and Ohio State winning in the first round.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not that kind of like the Michigan one is just shocking. It's so blatant. Like the Michigan, I'm just dumbfounded by.
I really don't. Yeah, even Adam in the chat saying Dayton should be in. Dayton over Michigan. Why not? That some of them just don't make sense to me.
I don't watch live to hear these people talk. I don't go to Bracket Matrix and all, Lenardi and all.
I watched it just because I like watching the different teams get selected, the reactions.
All these, I don't know. I mean, I'm not to know how did they miss the Big Ten tournament when Michigan lost in the end?
I guess so. Well, at least the Michigan coach didn't hit another coach during that game, so they'll make it. That's got to be the reason he didn't hit another coach. Punch him in. It doesn't make sense. No.
All right, let's go. We'll start in the West. We got Gonzaga as a top seed. Obviously, I'm kind of thinking maybe Memphis pulls an upset here, round 2. I'll look for a little Memphis. Although, believe it or not, I didn't bet Memphis in the first round. I'm looking to bet them next, the second round first, to knock off the team. But this is a tough Memphis, UConn, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas Tech, Duke. I mean, what the heck?
I will say I do have a big upset for that Western bracket.
Yeah.
And I got Vermont.
Over Arkansas?
Yeah.
6.5. Looks a little low as I'm yawning. Sorry.
I'm grabbing Vermont, at least in my bracket. I'm not sure whether or not me and Nick are putting it up or anything or betting it or anything, but Vermont's one of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 plus seeds that I have winning in the first round.
I didn't bet the Vermont game. I got a bunch of others. But you know what I got to say? We talked about before, we have some bracket contest going. It's in the description. for a bunch of free money. So go to the description. There's free money in the description. And then, of course, there's, my money about my package. But 2-for-1's available, whatever. I just want to throw the bracket thing out there. We got to pump up the bracket contest.
I will say I was trying to get in, but it just pulls up. It just, for me, I'm just going to pull it. It just pulls up this website, and I try to put in my name and my email, and it just says get offer, and then it doesn't, like, a bracket doesn't pop up or anything.
I don't know. Good to know. Should probably let Craig know.
Yeah, as a user form, I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. Yeah, good to know. People, who knows? People are probably clicking on it and be like, "Oh, this stinks. I can't get online."
Or I might be doing something wrong here. I'm gonna just pull it. I'm gonna put in my email or my thing, and then I'll put in my bracket. And
did it work?
I'm putting in my thing. Get offer, and then it has you put in your country, your state, and your phone number. Send text. All done. Your email or phone for features today, and then it doesn't even. There's no like. I put in everything, and then it pops up as this, and it's just all done. Check your phone, but it doesn't pull up a bracket or anything. I've already done this thing once, and it just pulls up this, and it could work on other people's thing. I might be doing something wrong, but that's just me.
Yeah. Let's see. I told him, he's like, "What link?" I said, "The thing in the description." All right, let's roll into the comments.
Let's do it.
Because we're not, as much as I want to do like a 2-hour show, it's not happening. I'm going to watch a little Walking Dead later with my son. So
fun.
And then, because again, we'll be talking about this all day tomorrow. And I'm trying to load up here on the Picks and Parlays site. One pick was available for the playing game, so I loaded that up. And then I just put in the description everything else I like, but there was nothing coming up on the site here. So
normally wait until tomorrow, and they'll probably everything up. Me and Nick will have everything up by tomorrow or so, whenever all the lines are fully out.
I mean, there's a few games posted, like your Vermont games in here. It's +5.
Yeah, that's more probably
6.5 I saw before.
That's more of a personal thing for me that I liked Vermont. I'm not sure whether or not our numbers liked it. I have my bracket up on my monitor, so I'm looking through it as we're going over. Yeah, Vermont's one of the teams I like to at least make it out of the first round. And then after the first round, I don't have any 10. Oh no, I have one 10+ seed in the Sweet 16.
You know what? I didn't even do a bracket per se. Like I just kind of go to get the lines, and then I go from there. And I didn't realize Craig's like, "Oh, what's your Final Four?" I'm like, "Oh boy, I better come with a Final Four." I was like looking quick because I print out the bracket, but I'm looking for lines first before I come on the show to do. So I didn't even actually fill out a.
Now, just because I have something in my bracket doesn't mean that's what I'm betting every single game. It depends on the line. It depends on all that stuff. So I may have a certain thing in my bracket, and then I'm probably might bet against it. That's why I don't put my bracket in for any money, because my money is going to be what I'm betting.
Like, I think Auburn beats Jacksonville State, but I'll tell you what, I'll probably take 21 points.
Yeah, exactly. I think.
Eric. Welcome in, Eric. Let's go, Jake. Arizona wins the whole thing, says
nope.
Somebody called Oral Sports Bets.
That's Nick. That's Nick's side. You'll know whether or not it's me or Nick, because I'll actually go from Tim Earl. He'll go from Earl Sports Bets.
I like to stir the pot here.
Yeah, he's in
Ohio State,
anyway.
Illinois, Michigan all lose first rounds, he says. Not high on the Big Ten, apparently, Adam.
I'm against him on all three, but okay.
Isles cover 1.5 at the buzzer with 0 seconds left. Nice winner there. But more importantly,
nothing to doubt.
Outright at +250.
Yes. I had it too. We had it up on the site, and we +266 straight up win. Buffalo Sabres money line.
And the Penguins get it done for us in the video. Nice day in the video today.
There you go.
Video winners. We rolled undefeated. Pittsburgh on the ice, over Sixers, Richmond in the future. Again, that didn't really count towards a thing, but just out there. And Tennessee, 6.5.
I will say your Sixer game had to go to overtime.
Never in doubt.
Never in doubt. And I will say the two.
I said overtime.
I remember I put myself in for 2 seconds and gave my two NBAs. Detroit covered and Orlando almost won straight up. So
Yep.
2-0
I forgot,
NBA day night for me as well.
And I forgot to do that Orlando game because you brought up a good spot. Like it's to look at, and that's really what I kind of like when I bet NBA. Like I put this out on the free pick, the Sixers last time I went on free picks. I'm like, I like this, why I liked it, and I forgot to add it to the site, and I really liked it. And then I was gonna actually bet your game with the Magic. I was like, good points, but that's what happens. You get family here, you start running around.
And I was a little bit annoyed because I was mentioning Pacers, and the Pacers only lost by 3 as plus 12. I was kind of annoyed that I didn't put that one up either. Didn't bet it, but whatever.
I'm talking to Craig about the link.
Well, tell him that I was the one that brought it up, and
the Michigan is just bizarre. The fact that they were a solid in at 11, while Indiana, who they lost to on Friday, I don't.
I will say with Michigan,
Delaware. What do we think of Delaware pick, Blueborn? We got a little.
Yeah.
We got a little hen action. Where's that Delaware line at?
They're against Villanova.
That's right.
I will say, out of fun, I had my girlfriend fill out a bracket, and she picked
17 here. Should I take 17 with Delaware?
I don't know. Nova's a good. Delaware's not good. They won their conference race. They're not that good.
17. Don't sweat it.
Because I could see Nova winning by 30.
Yeah, they could destroy them. Chris Webber called the timeout when here Michigan was in.
Oh God.
Matthew.
SU.
I know. I don't know if he's saying. I'm trying to think. He had another game. Maybe he's saying I like the points and straight up. I gotta see. Sometimes it gets. Here we go. Michigan State in the West with the possible Duke. Michigan State second round.
Yes, I have MS. No, I do. I have MSU beating Duke in the second round.
Derek loves Vermont.
Yes.
Eric, what is this? Is this State and
for ice, Derek?
For ice. They should be in. Yes, they should. Rutgers wins.
That one's a toss-up.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one for me. And listen,
that one's moved.
I'll have. It was. I think Rutgers was 1.5. What's the line now?
Well, I remember Nick. I remember when the lines were just coming out. Nick was saying that it was Rutgers minus like 2.5, and then it moved to a pick'em, and then Notre Dame was favored. Like it moved like that in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I saw a pick, and so you know what? We got NIT matchups.
Ooh, NIT. Hold on.
NIT.
I heard NIT. Let's go.
Belmont versus Vanderbilt. No lines yet.
No line. Okay, never mind.
Princeton, VCU. Missouri State, Oklahoma. Texas State, North Texas. Really got to put those guys against each other. Cleveland State, Javier. Oregon, Utah State. Clare, Washington State. Bonaventure, Colorado for Tuesday. I'll tell you what. I'll be all over Missouri State and probably Utah State. Faded. I'm not jumping on Oregon. I do not want anything to do with them. And on Tuesday, we got Dayton, Toledo. Battle of Ohio.
Ooh. I'll have to look into those. I know we don't have to. Those don't go on until Tuesday, so we got a day.
Towson, Wake Forest, Mississippi State, Virginia, Nichols, SMU, Northern Iowa versus St. Louis. That's a battle there. I kind of like Northern Iowa. Look at this matchup. We want Little Marquee, Iona, and Patino going down to Florida.
Ooh.
Long Beach, BYU.
I feel like SMU is another one that got gypped. They could have probably made it instead of Michigan.
Yeah.
I know it's not a Power 5. The American, they brought Houston and they brought Memphis, and that's it.
I
know it's not a big conference, but still.
Ohio State first round exit. Sister Jean.
I'm on Ohio State. I know I'm probably against Higgs on a couple of things because I do like a couple of favorites, but I like Ohio State.
I do like some dogs and we'll talk a lot. We got a couple days to talk about this.
Yeah.
Normally, when I see the, Michigan favored by 2.5 over Colorado State, I'm taking Michigan, right? Lower seed favored over a higher seed. But some of these games, I'm liking the other way there. I'm liking the Colorado State in that spot. Like Loyola Chicago, they're It's a 1.5. It's a pick 'em. I got a plus half on Loyola Chicago, and then I see him as a 2-point fave.
Yeah, that line can just keep on moving. We'll take Ohio State with whatever points we get them.
Watch out, Colgate over whiskey.
No, I don't think so. I have whiskey going to the Elite Eight.
I'm definitely not that high on whiskey. Good evening, Sylvester. Never mind, they took the Owls. Go back.
Oh, rip.
Jack Rabbits.
Hell yeah.
This is going to be a trendy play, a trendy dog play.
I like it. I know everybody's going to be on it, but I still like South Dakota State.
Flawless video day. Yes, good job on the video day. Thank you for hitting the like button. Richie Pease. Is Iona in the NIT? They are in the NIT and playing the Florida Gators. Playing game winner, move on. Bama, St. Mary's on notice. I think Mary's. I'm going to take whoever wins, Wyoming or Indiana over St. Mary's. I'm not a St. Mary's guy. I'll take whoever wins.
I'll take UCLA over St. Mary's when it comes to that.
But I think Mary's gets knocked down in the second in that.
No, I'm just not high on Wyoming or Indiana against St. Mary's. I know a lot of people are going to be on St. Mary's, but I feel like St. Mary's makes it through, and then UCLA might beat them.
We're high on UCLA. I got them going to facing Kentucky to get to the Final Four there. Iona's a sleeper. Yeah, I think they could be.
Yeah,
Iowa State versus Loshi plus 1.5 now. Yeah.
Why not?
And that's like I said. I see Michigan as a 2-point fave over Colorado State, and then you see Ohio State getting a point here. Normal reaction is I got to bet Michigan because they're the 11 seed. Here I got to take Loshi because it's Loshi versus a Big Ten school.
I feel like
I'm going all in on my craziness. I'll go all in on Crazy Town.
I feel like those are two different situations. Like I'll take Ohio State in that game against Loyola Chicago because I think Loyola Chicago is going to be probably besides South Dak the most popular double-digit seed that everybody will have going through. I feel like that's just I don't really see any other double-digit team besides South Dakota State that people are going to be choosing over Loyola Chicago. I think that's going to be the most popular double-digit seed.
Definitely South Dak.
Definitely
South Dak has a 13 for sure. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people might like Chattanooga or Virginia Tech, but South Dak, everybody's gonna be on South Dak.
Oh, I like Virginia Tech. I will take Virginia Tech also against Texas, but no, I still think Loyola Chicago is gonna be the most popular.
Most likely, just because of their history, their recent showings in the tournament. Iowa by about 21
against Richmond. Yeah, why not? I could definitely see that one being a blowout. I don't think Richmond deserves to be a 12 seed. Honestly, switch South Dak and Richmond. That would have been a lot better of a matchup. Getting Iowa versus South Dakota State.
Oh man, that total been like 167. That would have been great.
I would have loved that game. I would have gone over whatever total it gave me, and that would be another South Dakota spot. I think that
would have been a good matchup.
It would have been a really good matchup. That they messed up on that one.
You're welcome, Mario. We have a nice week. Stick around. It's only going to get better. 12 Spiders. Yeah. 12 seed Richmond. Thoughts on NC Marquette? I like Marquette, Matthew.
I'm on the opposite side. I actually have UNC going pretty far. I have UNC beating Baylor. I'm not high on Baylor. I'm not.
Baylor minus 20.
And I'll probably will grab Norfolk State plus as many points as I can get against Baylor.
Yeah. I'll definitely take some 20 here.
That's Norfolk is Norfolk's the best 16 seed in this tournament.
Yeah, they're a solid group.
Yeah, they're a solid group.
Euclid to win the whole thing. What? I mean, it's not crazy far. Listen, that will they win? Maybe not, right? I mean, but that's not. I'm not going to go in and just be like, That's most people are coming here and say Gonzaga or Arizona or Duke.
Tennessee.
I appreciate him going outside the norm for what most people in the comment section say when it comes to winning this thing.
I'm grabbing Tennessee to win it all.
They're good. They've already beat Arizona. They beat Kentucky. They beat Auburn. They can play. They lost to Villanova, but again, you're playing marquee teams.
And yeah, Tennessee has a really good resume. I'm really, really surprised that they're not a 2 seed. And I feel like if Auburn made it to the SEC finals and Tennessee beat Auburn in there would be an argument to put Tennessee as a 1 seed.
Yeah, I thought they should have been at least a 2. I was talking about Kentucky or Auburn being a 1.
At least they get Nova if they make the Sweet 16.
These
and I
guys
feel like that's easy.
They were a 3 seed behind Kentucky and Auburn, who they're 3-1 against, and they won the championship game for the conference. And okay, so you put them behind Nova because Nova beat them head to head. You got them against Arizona, who they beat, who's a 1 seed. How the heck are these guys behind 2? Makes zero sense to me.
Exactly. And the thing is,
Tennessee
wins big games. Tennessee wins big games. That's it. That's all they're doing this year. They're winning they're losing dumb ones, but they're winning against good teams. So no, I think Tennessee has a legit shot of winning it all.
I'm looking over the Norfolk. So they beat William and Mary, Bowling Green. Xavier got them by 40.
Yeah, that was that early in the season? Yeah, that was early in the season before.
Yeah, that was in November.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about those games.
They lost to Wichita, New Mexico, but they were in them. Lost by 14, not good. Lost by 13, getting 15. But I still like them getting 21.
Oh yeah,
just because I think Baylor could, just kind of skate through. Thinking we're Baylor, you're Norfolk out of the MEAC.
Yeah, I feel like Baylor. I don't want to say look ahead spot for the bracket, but they have to face UNC or Marquette. I feel like that's where they have to be looking.
Yeah,
they'll probably go up like 20 by halftime and then coast, and they'll end up winning by 14.
Like I said with the Auburn game with Craig, I'm like, you're a 21-point fave, so you better be up by 25 or 30 with 5 minutes to go to be comfortable. That's just
not even. With like 3 minutes.
It's just a giant number in nowadays in an era where teams come out and just bury threes and they don't care, and I just can't lay those numbers. So
no, yeah, I'm not. I don't think we're laying any big numbers when it comes to the first round, and I don't think you can. I don't think you can. Is Long State? You're muted again.
I had a cough coming. You probably saw my face. Long Beach is in the NIT. They are in the NIT. They are facing BYU. Murray State, San Fran, big matchup that we'll talk about.
All right.
Probably an overplay there.
I will tell you exactly what we're going to like in that one. We're on San Fran. Everybody's and this is the big thing. And I know we're trying to be contrarian and everything.
Public fade, public door.
When people go and fill out their bracket, what are they going to look at? If they don't know the teams or anything, what are they going to look at? The record. Ooh, there's a nice 30-2 sitting right here as a 7 seed. No, San Fran's going to win.
LSU, Iowa State. Again, this team, LSU, I don't know. This is a game I won't even really think about. It's Iowa State or nothing for me here. Because LSU's either going to win by 20 or lose outright by 50.
Iowa State's one of my 7 double-digit teams that I picked.
I just can't. LSU fired their coach on a Saturday before a game on a Wednesday or Thursday, whenever it is.
Yeah.
Who gets lucky and hot at the same time? Everybody has a chance. That's basically
everybody has a chance. Yeah, 100%.
Houston, UAB. I think it's going to be I kind of like the dog here a little bit.
Yeah, Houston wins, UAB covers.
Norfolk State money line. Let's do this.
No. As much as I would love to see that, because that would be fantastic. No, that's not going to happen.
Basically, no lies spoken. No lies.
Ready for Michigan State to beat Duke?
San Fran money line.
Yes. I will say, real quick, my 7 double-digit teams that I have winning. Vermont. The winner of Rutgers and Notre Dame. I'm going to have Notre Dame. I think they win that one. I have Virginia Tech. I have San Francisco, Iowa State, South Dakota State, and Michigan. Those are my 7 double-digit teams that I have winning.
Let's just go to West here. So you're definitely not high on the SEC. You got Arkansas and Bama getting bounced.
Yeah, I'm not high on Bama. And I feel like Vermont's just going to be one of those sleeper teams that is going to be your 13 seed that wins their first round, them and Safdak. I feel like that could be a really good spot. And Arkansas, no, I'm not impressed by them. They played in SEC and they were average in it. So, and they lost by 20 points by Texas A&M in that SEC when they should have won that game by a mile. Yeah, no. I'm not high on them at all. Nope. And then Bama, no, I'm not higher on them at all.
Lakers come back. What's going on with that?
Are they?
This Laker game. What are we talking about here?
Are they actually? I'm looking that up right now.
Coach K owns Izzo.
I don't care. Dude, how can you say a comeback when they're down 22 points? Give me a break. Honestly, how?
And the funny thing is, today was the day I think I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll take the Lakers today. Like, it's just a time I didn't want to bet. Not take.
Yeah, even I said, look. Well, first of all, I said look to grab every single dog today, and through the first 7 games, dogs have covered in 6 out of the 7.
Nice.
Where the only one was Houston.
6 in 1 day. Good job.
Well, I didn't bet that. I said,
yeah, no. But I'm just saying,
Lakers are what, down 91-68? No, give me a break when it says comeback. No, I should have known. Fading the Lakers full-time job. Should have punched my card into this morning and just went, but I didn't, and I didn't bet the Lakers because I don't put money that I want to actually hold on to on the Lakers. They're down 25. How can anybody really consider them as good? But anyways, this is college basketball. This is not NBA.
I was gonna say, but the Hawks were like, man, 237 looks a bundle. Yeah, 260 points.
Yeah,
I did. You know, though, I did say I like New Orleans today. I'm like, because it went from like 5 to 7 with New Orleans over Houston.
Yeah, that was another one that I feel like I almost bet Houston. I almost added Houston to my card because New Orleans had like Ingram and CJ McCollum. They had all bench players in today, and they whooped ass on freaking Rockets. So yeah, no, I did not expect that one.
Yes, they do. Sabres money line, yes. Westbrook-Ola. All right, let's roll to all right, we talked a little bit about you think North Carolina gets past Baylor. We like UCLA, the two of us. We've got Vatek talk, San Fran. This is a little playing game first. Wright State, Brian. What do you think?
Hold on, I'm gonna quickly pull up because I know Nick did a Google Docs on this or whatever. See what he had. I honestly got home not too long ago, and then went and can I please just pull up Google?
I want to do Wright State. I like Wright State. We had them, the little crew there in the horizon. But I don't know, man. Why do I think Brian's gonna come out and shoot over this guy?
We have Wright State as 1-point favorites, and they are 2-point favorites. So it would be a lean towards Bryant, but by a point and not to anything that we're going to bet. I think the only one that we're going to be betting is Indiana.
Over the Cowboys. All right. Let's move up to a little bit Gonzaga talk here. I know we're talking Michigan State down in the bottom part. Let's go up top here. So Gonzaga gets past Georgia State. Bad draw for Georgia State. Georgia State was supposed to be the top dogs down here in the Sun Belt. They get a 16 spot. Tough.
Yeah, honestly, well,
Fun Belt action, 24-point dog, 25-point dog.
They did get a rough draw. But honestly, who else would they have played? How high would you have put them?
Yeah, that's how I'm looking, like where I could do a switcheroonie or something.
Jacksonville State.
Maybe.
Put them as a 16. They didn't even win their conference.
Yeah, you know what?
Pete's?
You know what? Jacksonville State probably. That's a good spot right there. Yes.
But still, instead of losing by 30 to Gonzaga, they'll lose by 25 to Auburn. So I don't really think it matters.
I know, because I think maybe they give a battle to Auburn. I'll take 15 with them against Auburn.
Yeah, no, I would.
I would like them in that spot. I don't think Jacksonville State's better than them. Even I don't think Delaware's better than them.
No, Delaware could have been easily a 16 seed as well. And honestly, I think you could have taken any of the 16 seeds and replaced them with any of the 15 seeds, and they would all make sense. Maybe minus the Texas Southern or A&M-CC. Like the playing ones, that I can understand that they're 16.
See, I'm a little high on Wright State. I couldn't believe I saw Wright State in the thing. I'm like, Wright State in a playing game.
No, I understand that. I understand that one.
Like, why isn't Jacksonville State in the playing game?
Facts. That should have been the case. But I feel like Wright State and Bryant probably would have been able to bring in more eyes than like Bryant and Jacksonville State, because nobody cares about Jacksonville State. Nobody cares about Bryant or Wright State either, but that's not the point.
I mean, I would have liked Jacksonville State against Bryant in opening round. Here listen, I'm still going to probably take 21 points, so I'm not going to.
Yeah. Take all the 16 points. 16 seeds on the points is probably the way to go. But we'll see.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will. We'll see. So we got. What do you think? You think Gonzaga runs it through Memphis and UConn or Boise or?
Yes, I have.
You have Vermont going, so I'm guessing you think Gonzaga just kind of sails into the Final Four.
I have Gonzaga losing in the Elite Eight to Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. All
yes.
Right. And then you have the other side of things. We got Tennessee rolling, upsetting that. I don't say it's an upset. They already beat them already, so it won't be an upset to me if they beat them.
Yeah, no.
So basically, not chalk, but it's going to be basically no crazy upsets there. And what do you think? Iowa gets Kansas, or Kansas gets through to the Final Four versus Whiskey there?
I personally have South Dak making it to the Sweet 16 and then losing to Kansas. Right. I mentioned that plenty of times, and I'm not going to just pull back on it now. I feel like South Dak is your Cinderella story. I even think they have a shot against Kansas. As crazy as that sounds, I think that there's definitely an argument for it, and I feel like South Dak is just my highest underdog Cinderella story that I got.
We love our Cinderellas.
They're going to be the Oral Roberts of last year,
or as we like to call them, Cinder Fellas, since it's men's basketball. Yeah. Listen, same conference. We liked Oral. They're a good team. South Dak, they're just as good as the other group was last year. So not shocking to see them move on. I mean, if you look like Providence, you get 27, 28 wins. But it's like, how did you do it? Just playing with fire. It's going to come back and bite you like it did the other night.
Yeah. I'm just not high on Providence right now. They look very flat in the Big East. I think it was one of the more fluky Big East champions that we've ever seen. And
that's for sure.
And I think they should have been where Iowa was. Or I think that Providence, even though they're a regular season Big East champion, should have been a 5, maybe even a 6. I'm not high on them.
Well, you lose twice to Villanova. That's why you're an underdog to win your own tournament.
Yeah.
You get upset. I thought that line was a little low against I'm like, I really don't really like that too much. Sure enough, they get knocked off. And now you're sitting against an upstart team that, listen, let's be honest, everybody's going to be on South Dakota State.
Yeah, but they're going to be the most public one, and they're going to be the one that wins. I know it's going to be the public one. I know a lot of people are going to be on them. I still think they're the one that wins.
Took the Rockets. What are we talking? NBA. Lean Bryant.
That's fair.
From the other side. Wright State, the big kid should be enough. Yeah. I don't know. I want to bet Wright. I don't think I'm going to pull it. Josh Johnson to the Yankees. That would have been good about 7 years ago.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a great idea for the Yankees to get another DH type hitter that strikes out way too often. Fantastic job,
right.
Yankees.
Good job, Hal.
Ready to be third place in the division this year?
Brian Cashman working. Georgia State got work, plus they got go out west. Yeah, it's a terrible spot for them.
Yeah, awful. Just awful.
Tim, Final Four.
Texas Tech, Kentucky, Tennessee, Kansas. Tennessee beating Kentucky in the finals.
South Dak money line. Yep.
Yes.
I won Jacksonville State in the early 90s. Auburn beat them by 25. Last game was lost. Yeah, the last game was lost, but you know what? Like every team, except whoever won their thing is a loss.
Yep.
They did lose. They weren't even in a championship game. They get in because they won the regular season.
But, and Bellarmine. I think Bellarmine should be in there.
Yeah,
I don't.
They can't play for like 4 years. It's ridiculous.
Or Jacksonville. Regular Jacksonville, the one that beat them, should be the one that's in it. The one that lost in the finals, that's what should be it. I don't care that Jacksonville State won their conference regular season. They didn't make the final game. That's not a team that you should be in there.
Yeah, normally these guys would be sitting in the NIT.
Yeah.
But here you are. I don't know. I kind of like the points. 25. You know what? If they win by 25, you know what I'd be saying? Man, I just missed it by a bucket there when I had like 22. I was right there at the end.
Oh, yeah. But I can honestly see that one being a 30-point game. I could see that one being the biggest blowout of the first round.
Listen to this. Providence.
Next,
There'll be a lot of sharps on Providence because everybody's going to be on South Dakota. So yeah, everybody's going to be on South Dakota State. That's going to be the public's play.
And I will say, anybody who's filling out brackets on an average year, there's anywhere from 6 to 7 upsets in the first round. Yeah. So, and that's double-digit seeds. That's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and then 116.
You'll love this next comment.
No. I feel like I know everybody's going to be on South Dak. I still think Loyola Chicago is going to be the biggest public double-digit team to win money line straight up.
Yeah.
Or if they're spread because they're minus 1.5, and their money line. That's just the spot.
All right. That's it. That's a wrap. We just ran through it. You got Final Four winners, champions, upsets, doggies, favorites. If you watch this show, if you watch the other show, and let's be honest, you're going to get more tomorrow. That's all we're talking about. You'll be able to piece it together if you're smart. And if you're not, well, I can't help you. I tried to help you, but who's the 12/5 upset? I mean,
I don't have any in my bracket, but if anything, sorry, Allie, I think Houston might be the biggest one for upset alert.
You know, there is always right. Remember the one year they had 4.
Or Higgs is going to tell you that St. Mary's is going to lose to whoever.
Yeah, I don't like St. Mary's. St. Mary's as a nice 5-12. Yeah, I'm not high on St. Mary's for sure. And I like the points with these teams. I mean, UAB getting a bunch, even Richmond getting 10. I know people aren't going to like them, but
now just because I said I have them in my bracket does not mean I'm going to be betting on them. I could very easily say, "Oh, I like Tennessee in this game, but I may be taking Longwood plus the points,"
yes.
Or I could like Texas Tech, but be betting Montana State plus the points, or whatever the deal is. Which that one.
Yeah, brackets definitely different. Brackets, you got to just win and go on. It's like
anything. Brackets all money line stuff, so it's not really smart to be going and grabbing.
You can't just take all the upsets thinking, "Oh, I'm gonna," I do that all the time. Like when I do brackets, I'm like, "Oh, I'll fill out one with just a bunch of upsets and one regular." You can't do that because one, you never get every upset, you never get every winner.
Nope.
Do one bracket. What do you think is gonna happen? That's that. Don't. I mean, really, the perfect bracket for $1 million?
Yeah, nobody has ever gotten that. I think somebody got 1 year got 63 out of 64, but never perfect.
Yeah, so
even that's crazy.
We got this. Houston makes the Final Four.
No, they lose to Arizona. Or they could lose to Illinois as well.
All their analyticals put them right in the top, 3-4 teams with everything. They're right up there, but I don't know. For me, the free throw shooting is suspect, and we can say about any team. Everybody goes on some kind of lull, and you're like, where the heck's the offense? They haven't scored in 5.5 minutes. But
yeah,
as much as I like Houston, I don't think I could make a Final Four prediction on them there.
No, I don't think so. Especially with Arizona, Tennessee, and Nova all in their bracket. No, absolutely not. Yeah, and Illinois.
That's a tough bracket over there.
That Zona side is the toughest bracket, the toughest side of the bracket, in my opinion. I know a lot of people will say the Gonzaga, Duke,
Exactly. I think
Texas
Gonzaga
Tech,
too.
but no, I feel like that Arizona side's definitely the toughest in terms of your top 4 teams.
I'm picking all 10 seeds to move on.
I got 1 10 seed, and that's San Francisco.
Davidson, San Fran, Miami, and those shy.
I got Ohio State, Michigan State, USC, and then San Fran.
Thank you, Matthew. Did I put the wrong date in? What's going on here? What happened, Richie? Why are we putting the date in here? What did I mess up? No, the Baylor side's the toughest.
Really? Baylor? No, just Baylor alone is the worst 1 seed in the contest, in my opinion.
I mean,
Kentucky could have easily been the 1 seed in that conference. I'd been like, that makes more sense.
Seriously, I mean, if you put UCLA at a 2, if you would have said UCLA was a 1 seed, I'd be like, all right, I can see that. I mean, they're tough.
Well, I would say no. Yeah, no. Baylor did not deserve a 1 seed. I thought that even because Baylor lost in the first round of their tournament, right?
Yeah, lost to Oklahoma.
Yeah, honestly, I could have seen Baylor down as a 3. I know that might seem a little bit dramatic, but I could definitely have seen them down at a 3. I could have seen Duke down at a 3. I could have.
Well, you knew Duke was never getting. Duke wasn't getting a 3 unless he had 9 losses. I mean, we're both high on 10. We both think Tennessee should be at least a 2.
Tennessee should be a 2. I thought Nova should be a 1.
Yes, Baylor should be out. Baylor should not be the 1 seed. Like, how is not Villanova just based? They've won a couple championships. They win their championship this year at the Big East. Really, they're healthy, right? It's not like they're missing a shoot or nothing. They're ready to go. Baylor's still a little banged up. And Kansas to win it all.
I have Kansas making the Final Four, but I do not have them winning. I have them losing to Tennessee.
I've been kicking their back in, and you know what? They'll definitely be in the Final Four. Who am I kidding? That team just wins. Bill Self's a great coach.
Yes,
San Fran Mercedes gonna be a nice.
This game and the South Deck and Providence game will be the 2 ones that I'm most excited about.
Oh, that's a prediction, Dave. I got you. Baylor, Kentucky, UCLA, Purdue, UNC.
All in that one set. Yeah, I guess, but Baylor alone is just that lowers it. I have UNC beating Baylor. I have UNC beating UCLA.
Man, I can't believe you're that high on the heels.
I'm not as high on Baylor. I'm not as high on UCLA. UNC's been playing really good down the line, minus that ugly game versus Virginia Tech, who ended up winning the conference.
Yeah,
which we kind of called that one. I will say we did our ACC video, and the only things we got wrong were Wake Forest losing to Boston College, and we had Wake Forest beating Miami, but and then the finals. But me and Nick had a Virginia Tech plus 1,000 ticket, so nice. we kind of expected that one. So I still think UNC is a good team, and I still think they make it pretty far on this one. I think they might get farther than Duke. I have Baylor and Duke are your worst top 2 seeds in this bracket, and both of them are going to lose in the second round. There you go.
I'm not arguing that. I see you said shaking up the brackets. I like to see they're a good team. So would it be shocking to see them move along? Not really to me. I mean, you got to win the first one first. Get it done. As I say, survive in advance. UNC loses to Marquette. Please stop with the heels.
Nope. That's not a homer pick. Trust me. Underneath, I got my Syracuse on. It's not. I have my UNC jersey though in my bag, so that's not.
Rutgers,
that's not.
The beating Notre Dame. I like Rutgers, but
I think Notre Dame wins that one.
Yeah. Again, I don't know if we're gonna bet that game. There's a couple. You know what?
We're not. No, unless it's a total.
You don't got to bet them just because they're playing games. They'll be NIT that night anyway.
Yeah.
Again, we'll be talking. I'll be Tim, Nick, Allie, folks. I mean, as I say, don't bet every game. As I got like 15 games bet already.
Oh, we'll have a lot of plays.
You don't have to run out and just. If you find an edge, great. You don't bet it because it's on TV. That's simple.
Nope.
Everything's on
don't
TV.
bet it because it's on TV. Nope.
Try to find a little bit of an edge point-wise in your favor.
Yep.
Memphis has a punter's chance to beat the Zags. I agree.
Yes.
Bama's fan schedule? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's why I think we get a bunch of SEC teams because it's like, oh, they play each other.
I don't think so. I'm not high on the SEC. I think Tennessee is the best. Tennessee and Kentucky Oh, I'm not high on the SEC, but my finals is Kentucky and Tennessee. So I'm not high on the bad teams of the SEC.
The SEC,
The good teams.
Exactly.
There you go.
All right, folks. Thanks for popping in. Quick, and again, we could do this. You've watched me and Tim. We could go for hours.
Yep.
But you know what? We got tomorrow. We got Tuesday. We got Wednesday. And it'll be enough. There'll be enough to go around.
Oh, 100%.
In our shows, Alley shows, the other shows, that's all you're going to get all week long. So,
oh yeah, it's called the March Madness constantly.
Subscribe to our channels here. We got a whole kit and caboodle full of stuff. So,
oh yeah,
but we'll see you tomorrow. High noon, midday money. Back at you. Good luck.